You know, I just realized that the past, whatever long time that I had spent recording some oxygen not included, so thought I'd give like a calm and collected reading on the games. Ooblets, a game about farming and collecting creatures. We did a thing. Posted July 31st, 2019. Everyone keeps talking about this epic thing. So we thought we'd see what it's all about. Here's what these epic folks are doing. First, they teach every kid in the world these obnoxious dances, and now they're offering funding to game developers in exchange for PC exclusivity on their game store. This is exactly what Marx warned us about. Just imagine if other companies got it in their head to offer funding in exchange for exclusives. What be next? Game consoles paying for games to be exclusive on their consoles. Netflix paying for exclusive shows. Newspapers paying for exclusive articles. It'd be some sort of light capitalist dystopia. Okay, goofing aside. Yes, we've signed with Epic for PC launch exclusivity. It's incredible news for us, and I'm hoping you all can be excited about it too. We asked Epic if we could talk frankly about the situation, and they were like, whatever. So here's a bit of insight into what this all means and why we did it. Who is Epic and what are you talking about? Epic is a company that makes the Unreal Game Engine, a bunch of popular games including Fortnite, and the Epic Game Store, in parentheses EGS. EGS is a PC game distribution platform like Steam, Origin, itch.io, and GOG Galaxy. Epic paying for PC exclusives has become the latest thing gamers, trademark, have gotten angry about, which I'll talk more about a bit further down. What it means for Ooblets. Ooblets will be launching on PC through EGS. We won't be selling the game on other PC stores for a pretty long time. In parentheses, that's the exclusivity bit. We'll still be launching on Xbox One. The Epic exclusivity is just limited to PC. We got some cash money up front from the deal so we can make the game we always wanted to with fewer compromises. What it means for you, you'll have to install EGS if you want to buy Ooblets on PC. I know that's asking a lot, but I believe in your ability to download a free thing and create a user account if you haven't already done so to play Fortnite, which bold, I know you have, end parenthesis. Why'd we do this? So we had a big decision to make, and we didn't take it lightly. Because Epic doesn't yet have the same market share as their competitors, they offered us a minimum guarantee on sales that would match what we'd be wanting to earn if we were just selling Ooblets across all stores. That takes a huge burden of uncertainty off of us, because now we know that no matter what, the game won't fail, and we won't be forced to move back in with our parents, in parentheses, but we do love and appreciate you, parents, exclamation point, end parentheses. Now we just focus on making the game without worrying about keeping the lights on. The upfront money they're providing means we'll be able to afford more help and resources to start ramping up production and doing some cooler things. So when is Ooblets coming out? We can feel the same impatience about launching Ooblets as you are probably feeling. I think it's felt like the game is taking forever because, 1, we've announced the game and have been sharing everything about it since basically the day we came up with the concept. Most studios only start talking about their game when they're close to the finish line. Number 2. We've only ever had the resources for just one programmer, Rebecca, who makes everything, and she does most of the art, UI, and other stuff on the game. The investment we're getting upfront from Epic will allow us to ramp up our development resources, which will lead to faster development in the long run. But it might also delay our initial launch a tad bit, because it takes some time to ramp things up, and because we won't have much financial pressure to prematurely shove something we're not happy with out the door. We're not going to be perfectionist about our initial launch, but there's still a lot of foundational stuff we need to start before we are even ready for an early access launch. Angry at Epic, us, the world. We're aware of the backlash that's been hitting games that sign with Epic. I don't expect much of our uniquely lovely community to fit into this weird anti-Epic contingent, but I'd figured I'd share our thoughts and have an open conversation about the issues. I've read through all the arguments against Epic, and they're basically come down to a couple of core issues. EGS doesn't have as many features as other stores. As a user of both Steam and EGS myself, I haven't had any issues with using EGS to buy and play games personally, but regarding the features that are still missing, that's just sort of the way the software is developed. Things take a lot longer to develop properly than people tend to realize, and nobody comes to market with a perfect software. I remember way back in the day, when I plopped the disc for Half-Life 2 into my PC for the first time and was forced to install this new thing called Steam. It was barely a functional mess back then, as anyone who used it from the time period can tell you. It's had like 15 years to improve. If it wasn't worthwhile to improve, it wouldn't have been. And you'd still be using it. I'm sure there's a team of folks working on launcher features for EGS, but their work depends on the platform being worthwhile for a market share perspective to keep going. It's anti-consumer to have exclusive. This is the most common complaint about Epic, but I don't think people have really thought it through. I can understand having the frustration of having to buy different consoles to play the games you want, but there's no extra cost to use EGS. The store and launcher just require a free sign-up. It's not like having to pay for HBO and Netflix and Hulu to watch all the shows you want. It's more like just having to press a button on your remote to change between free TV channels. It's also really disappointing to see folks threatening to pirate a game just because they can't get it on a game launcher they're used to. Feeling like you're owed the product of other people's work on your terms or else you'll steal it is the epitome of the word entitlement that people use to discuss immature, toxic gamers. I get the appeal of wanting to seek out things to get angry about. Venting anger is cathartic and natural. But let's just have a little perspective about what we decide to get angry about. Look at the things going on around you, and ask yourself if there might be anything just a tad more worthwhile to be upset about. Here are a few suggestions. Climate change. Human rights abuses. The new Twitter desktop UI. The last season of Game of Thrones. In parentheses, those last two were jokes. Please don't yell at people about them. So let's remember that this is all low-stakes video game stuff we're dealing with here. Nothing to get worked up about. And I, in parentheses, Ben/Plamps, end parentheses, will be around on our Discord to answer any questions and talk through any concerns or confusion you might still have. Okay, that was a lot, so thanks so much for reading through it all. We're really hoping that this epic stuff is something you can all celebrate with us for the good thing that it is, and we'll have a lot more fun stuff to share with you moving forward. P.S. Yes, we got our mocap rig, spent ages setting it up and recording everything just to get a flossing gif for this post. And no, we don't know how to floss. My opinion on this is that the flossing, yeah, I'd give it like a really bad score. This is like not really that good, but I guess they don't know how to floss. Just don't. Just do the default Fortnite thing. If this was like the default Fortnite dance, I'd probably give this a pass. Probably buy the game off the Epic Game Store because of that, but no. I'm sorry I haven't been making videos on babysitting. This feels like the only thing I can do. You bet I'm mad. I'm super mad.